the lessor, the person who's leasing the aircraft, collects cash from the lessee or the airline, and that cash is used essentially to cover the event that the airline goes bust, and that is a feature of the industry. Airlines do go bust.
When I think of reserves, I think of a tank of gas when you're renting a car. You get a car with a full tank. You need to return it to the lessor with a full tank as well, or you leave it as is, but you pay for the amount of fuel that you've used, and that's, you can either do it at the end or you do it throughout the lease.
Probably the most difficult thing is a virtue of the fact that the lessee, the airline, is responsible for the maintenance of the aircraft, and they're also responsible for structuring what occurs at each of the events. And where this gets particularly complicated or variable is around the overhaul of engines. So the lessee will combine limited life parts with performance restorations. It's at their discretion how they combine those.
So you need to forecast aircraft utilization. You need to look at the different ways the aircraft is being operated and where it flies. So all these are calls based on what you believe it to be, and that can change the timing quite significantly. So that's the challenge there.
It's about simplicity. You shouldn't have complicated formulas within the model. No formula should be more than 2 lines long. It's about layout. You should separate your inputs from the workings, from the outputs. And thirdly, it's about what you put around the model. So the instructions to run it, the roles and responsibilities associated with that, and actually change management, that you document what's required if inputs in the event that they change, which will happen through the course of it.
You have to separate the kind of global assumptions that have to be agreed by a committee or a group of experts that cannot change from deal to deal because they need to be consistent. You need to separate these out from the transaction, so the inputs that the user will take at every time they run the model, and then have your working separately that can be audited then by someone who will look at the model independently and make sure that it works properly, and then have a clear set of outputs that you can use then in other models or in papers that you're going to be presenting to whoever you're presenting to.